Well, I'm Jared. I work for ClearCaptions, which is a caption telephone company for the hard of hearing. So, briefly about this program, and then I'm going to explain how the phone works. So you're going to hear me say throughout this presentation that this phone is no cost to you. The physical phone itself, which is a $500 phone, is no cost to you. The service that comes with the phone, which is the caption service, is no cost to you. The federal government has been paying for this program since 1990 as part of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And if you think that's still too good to be true, just to give you even more information, if you're still paying a phone bill, or even if you're paying for just internet and you don't have a phone bill anymore, you'll notice on your phone bill a $2.37 charge to the Federal Communications Commission. That money goes into a fund, and that fund pays for ClearCaptions, it pays for me as an employee of ClearCaptions, and it pays for the service that you get to enjoy. So I liken it to Social Security. You've been paying into it your whole life. You've now reached a point in your life where it's time to take out of it. Or, in another way of thinking of it, you're already paying for it anyway, so what are you going to lose? We've developed this technology over many years, and we've got it to a point where it's working really well for millions of people across the United States. I myself have done thousands of these phones over the last year and a half, and folks up to and including my grandfather have really come to enjoy being able to use it or have it as a supplement in their homes. Before I go any further, are there any questions about the program or how that works? Yes. No, it's a separate fund, so Congress doesn't appropriate the funds. It is managed by the Federal Communications Commission as a part of Article 4 of the Americans with Disabilities Act. But there is no indication that it would be, and Congress has never had access to that fund, and there's no indication that there will be any tampering or alteration with that fund. It's the fee on your phone bill that pays for this program. Whether you use it or not, it's on my phone bill. I don't qualify for this. It's been on my phone bill for 10 years. It's been on your phone bill since 1990.
So let's say if I pay, I don't know, $60 a month, okay, it would be 60 or whatever additional.
No, there's no additional. It's already on your phone bill. It's been on your phone bill for 35 years. You do, and I do. We all do. So the money's on your phone bill. It's one of your charges. Next time you look at your phone bill, it'll be on there. It's always on there. It's been on there since 1990. Yeah, look at the detail. It's on there. I looked. When I started this job, I should actually print my phone bill just to show you. It's on my phone bill now, and it's been on your phone bill since 1990. Yeah, so that's why Congress wouldn't touch it, because candidly, there's no reason to. There's, the fund is heavily monitored. It's protected. There are steps we go through to verify that you're an American citizen, well, not a citizen, but you're a permanent legal resident or American citizen, and that you qualify for it. So, yeah, so it's on your phone bill already. You don't get an additional charge because you signed up.
Do we need a doctor's?
No.
No, really?
It's self-verification. So when I come into your home and we begin the process of setting up, I will ask you, do you have hearing loss? That answer is yes or no. That answer will be yes before I get to your home, obviously. It's understood when you reach a certain age that there is some hearing loss, regardless of whether you've had it treated or looked at before. It's just generally understood when you get to a certain age that there is some hearing loss. Yeah. Yes, and that's a difference with our company versus some of the others in the marketplace. Is you see me today. When you sign up for the phone, I'll be the one that makes the appointment with you. I'm the one who comes into your home. I'm the one who does the installation of the phone. I'm the one who shows you how it works. And I'm going to give you a brief, a brief overview today, just so you kind of get an idea of it. But I'm the one who'll show you how it works. And then should you have any issues after, you have me that you can call as a resource. But we also have a customer support line which is available 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. So we pride ourselves on customer support. We pride ourselves on customer service and making sure you're taken care of. And I know that obviously for me at my age, this is a simple piece of technology. I understand that. I always ask folks a quiz when I'm done showing them the phone. What do you do if it rings? You just answer it. And that's all you really need to know about this phone. If it rings, you just, hello, and that's it. It does. You can do a couple of things. You can pre-program in contacts, but it will also tell you it's spam detected. It'll tell you that. It'll give you that information. Say it's somebody's cell phone, but you don't have it saved. It should tell you who the person is that's calling you. So it has caller ID. It does connect to the internet. Excuse me. So you don't necessarily need to have a landline anymore, but you do need to have Wi-Fi or internet in your home. Without Wi-Fi, it will not work, because in order to connect to the caption service, it needs to get onto the internet. Not directly, no. No, it connects like any old regular telephone. If you went to Best Buy or Walmart and bought a new phone, it hooks up just like that. The only difference is you have this screen here, and you'll see captions on this screen. And I'll try and show you that with an old voicemail. Yes, sir.
Are you part of Verizon?
We are not. We're a separate company. So the name of the company is ClearCaptions, and we are only a provider of this physical phone and the service that comes with it.
Are you the company I see on TV?
Yes, that's us. Yep, that's us. Grandpa played third base today. That was Grandpa's position.
Do you have to put a separate line in?
Nope. Nope. It hooks up just like any old telephone. And I'm the one who comes in and does that for you. So I don't just drop the phone off and tell you to have at it. I'll bring it in, I'll set it up, I'll put it on your Wi-Fi and make sure it's working before I leave. We'll do a couple of test calls.
I'm not really up to date.
Yeah.
What's the Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi is your internet. So do you have like a laptop at home or an iPad? Yeah. So your Wi-Fi is basically the term that we use to say the internet. It's just it's accessing the internet through I don't want to say a cloud type service, but Ethernet is when we plug right into the internet. Wi-Fi is when I put my phone on Wi-Fi and now I can connect to the internet. Yeah. So that's what Wi-Fi is. It allows you to connect to the internet without having to do a physical plug-in. Yep, the way we would work, so what you probably have set up in your home is you probably have one base phone, and then you have a bunch of other phones that are just plugged in around the house. So this phone would have to be plugged in where the base phone is, but all of your other phones are still going to work. And as a matter of fact, we keep it that way because we don't want this to be the only phone in your home. We don't want you to be in your bedroom or upstairs and the phone rings and this is the only phone you need to run to. That's dangerous. It's unhealthy. We don't want you to be limited only to this phone. So we're able to split off and we're able to continue to utilize your other mobile handsets that are around your house. But you'll have this as a supplement. You do. Oh, yeah. Again, like I said, this would be no different than going to Best Buy or Target, buying a new phone there and just plugging it in. The only difference is this shows captions and it's a little more advanced, but not advanced that it's unusable. You can't wander with this phone specifically, but your other phones will still work. So you can still wander with your other phones. I did not say it replaced it. Nope, it does not replace anything. I said it goes where the base phone is because it needs to be plugged into the jack. But this does not replace anything if you don't want it to. And that's what I was saying before. We would encourage you not to replace it. You know what's funny? No one's asked me that yet. So I don't see why not. But you know what? Let's do this. When I install it in your home near your microwave, if it starts to act up, you could let me know so I have that answer in the future. I think so. Microwaves, thankfully, are pretty well sealed now that that's not an issue like it used to be. But I've never had that question asked, so I can't answer it. I don't know. I haven't heard any reports yet, thankfully. So I like that one. I'm going to write that down so I can ask any of my coworkers if they've encountered that yet. I'm going to write that down. Any other questions, comments, thoughts? There is no monthly charge. No.
That's the best.
Well, right. And, not to go too far afield, but if you, I don't think in your case, I don't think this would work, but in some other folks' cases, they cancel their landline and they get a new phone number with this and they don't have to pay for this. So you can. There are two options. So raise your hand if you have a current landline number. You have a current landline. Raise your hand if you have a landline number. Just two? Yeah. Three? You guys have landlines anymore? Just the cell? Okay. So for you folks with landlines, you keep your current landline phone number. That will not change at all. For you folks with iPhones, without landlines, we generate a phone number for this phone specifically. So it's sort of like you have a landline again, except you don't have to pay for the landline. So that's the difference. But for you folks with landlines, you'll keep your landline number. This phone currently operates the way a phone would work for you folks, which is I come in, I generate a phone number that's unique to the phone. It's yours to keep forever. And it runs off of your internet signal, your Wi-Fi signal. And that's how it would work. But then for the rest of you folks with the landline, you keep your landline number.
I just replaced the phone.
Yeah. Replace or add in addition to. Yeah. So just to give you an idea, we'll listen to an old voicemail. I think this one is telling me that they're offering me a great deal on my student loans. I never had any student loans. They'd always try to refinance me. Sometimes if I was bored, I'd have the conversation. I go, well, what's the rate currently? Oh, 9%. What are you paying for a rate? I go, 0. So I don't have any. Right. Never have, never will. Knock on wood. All right, I think that's one. So you can see, I've already listened to this before, but you see these are the captions. Okay? So I can hit recaption. And this is just how a voicemail would work.
This is an aspect of the new federal economic recovery program that's been in the news. Therefore, before you file or make any arrangements to settle your tax debt, kindly call us back at the same number. We appreciate your time and look forward to speaking soon. Goodbye.
I have no tax debt either. But as you saw it, could you hear that? Yeah. If a message has been left? Yes. So if you see here, see where my pen is circling? That's your voicemail. And that will tell you that you have a voicemail with the number there. Now, sometimes people call and don't leave messages. That's your call log. And see where there's a number there, the number 3? That means people have called me and there's no voicemail.
I got it.
Okay. It does, yep. If it's not saved, if the number isn't saved, it'll show you the number. So these are all the missed calls and completed calls. Now, of course, I don't use this because I can't legally use it myself because I don't have hearing loss. It's just for demonstration purposes. So I haven't had conversations on this phone, but that's, but it will show you numbers, yeah. Yes. Yep, you can make it bigger or smaller. So I'll go back to my tax debt voicemail. So down here where it says font, you can make it bigger.
Yeah.
You can make it smaller. I've never had anybody want it smaller. Most seem to like the average size. You can also make the captions go quicker. So that's the one thing that I note, especially when I'm in your home and I'm showing you how the phone works. The faster the captions, right now, when it's on its regular setting, it's 97% accurate with the captions. The only real place where the captions get jammed up a little bit is with names, right? Because it's a software program. So my name is Jared Valenzola. Do you think that's getting that right? No. Most of the time with Jared, it thinks I said my name was Jerry or Gerard, which is fine because it's better than the 4-letter names I usually get called. And then, of course, Valenzola, it's never going to get that. So bear in mind, if you're on the phone with someone and they say your name correctly, they're not the ones that are typing the captions to you. They say the words, the software program hears the words, and then the software program types the words. So if you say your name and it gets spelled incorrectly here, but it sounds like it was said correctly, don't worry about that. It's not going to be perfect with names. There you go. See? Exactly. You know what? And it's the same idea. Yeah, it's the same idea as the iPhone. It's much better than the iPhone because obviously we're paid to make this technology. iPhone's just trying to do it for convenience and, to make additions to their services. But we get paid to make this as accurate as possible. And it is one of the most accurate. It is the most accurate in the marketplace right now. So just some more quick features. So again, this is your main home screen, and I explain all of this to you when I'm in your home as well. So it's not like you're left. I open it up, plug it in, and say, "All right, you're on your own." We don't do that. Yeah. We do. There is an instruction packet. I left it in the box, but there is. But yeah, we leave you with written instructions. And again, it's smaller now. Oh no, I lied. It's bigger now. This is smaller, but the actual instruction packet itself is bigger. So I go over everything in here, okay? Just so that way you can see. So I'll go over all of it, and then you'll have the written instructions that you can reference. You also have this help button down here, and if you hit that, these are videos that you can watch. So if you're more of a visual learner, I can hit overview here, and then you tap play. Unable to load video. Very climactic. But you could watch a video. When it's in your home, it's on the guest Wi-Fi, so it's a little spotty right now. But when you're in your home, you can watch these videos. But again, I much like you, just prefer written instructions. So it comes with written instructions. But again, you can watch all these videos. There's also that almost 24-hour support line. Again, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. is our customer service line. So that's when they're open, and that's 7 days a week. And that's on holidays as well. So if you were having an issue on Christmas Day, we have someone working, and you can call, and they'll help you sort out that issue. Don't call me, but you can call them. So again, with settings, I would go through these with you, so you wouldn't have to worry about taking care of your settings. We'd set it up the way you'd like it. With contacts, you can pre-program in phone numbers. So I already programmed mine in. And again, you can always just dial the phone like it's any old telephone anyway. But I programmed my number in. So if I wanted to call myself, I can always dial the number. I can hit contacts. And if you're using iPhones, then it's just like your iPhone. Hit Jared and tap the number. It will dial right out. I also made myself a favorite because I'm a personal favorite of myself. So you hit favorites, and then if you just tap the name, it'll dial right out. And then if we were to begin a conversation, you would just start to see what I said on this screen. And it does start the calls on the speakerphone, which is right here. But of course, you can always just pick this up and talk. Okay.
Does it record your whole phone conversation or it doesn't?
It records a transcript. It creates a transcript
Oh, really?
that gets saved in the phone. It doesn't keep an audio recording, but it saves the transcript of the call into this phone. We do not. But it saves it into this phone.
Interesting.
What's that? The transcript. So remember I showed you the captions? The captions get saved. Yeah, and yes, the captions. Transcript, but it's the captions. But there's no audio recording that's saved.
I'm using my other land.
The captions will not, no. No, the only time this phone will work is when you're using it. That's it. Yeah, it's not that smart. It's pretty smart, but it's not that smart. It knows you're using it when you pick it up. That's all. Same with the other phones. Yeah, same with the right. And now that being said, if you're on I don't know if you have a spouse or anybody living in your home, but if you are on the line, it's just like any old phone. If somebody else picks up this phone while you're on your mobile handset, this will work. It really operates just like every other phone you've been using. It's a little bit more stationary, and we are working on developing a mobile option so that you can go around your home, like we all like to do. I don't know about you, but when I'm on the phone, I'm usually walking around or moving around. I don't sit still. But it's the same idea. We're working on that, but for now, this is the stationary. And I think for what your purposes would be, it's good for you to have it. It's good for you to have the backup, the written backup. If doctors call and you think you may have missed something, you can go back and reread the captions. Your kids can certainly do that as well. So there's options, and it's a flexible option for you to have in the home, and it doesn't replace anything, and it doesn't cost you anything. So as I say, you don't have much to lose. In the case of you folks, you do get a new number, so you would over time just have to give that number away to folks to have. But on the other hand, if a lot of people don't end up with that number, you're not going to get bombarded with the same spam calls and solicitations that you're getting probably now on your cell phone. So, yeah. Any other questions, comments, thoughts?
Great tool.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're sold. You want one, right? So I do have time Monday. I have an appointment later in Wellesley that day, so I'll be in the area. If you are interested, you can come see me. I'll just take your name, number, address. I assume you probably don't have your calendars handy, so you're not sure, but I can take your phone number, and then I can give you a call later, or you can give me a call. And like I said, I'll be in Wellesley Monday. If not, I have time at the end of next week as well. The installation only takes half an hour, so it doesn't take that long. I usually do them in about 2-hour windows, but excuse me, they only take half an hour. They don't take that long.
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
Senior people.
absolutely.
It's great. My husband loved it.
Good.
But he paid for it, He
Did
didn't
he?
know there was a program.
Yeah, there is. I'm blanking on it. My grandmother had one before she passed. It was
Not even as good as.
well, I think it was called Clarity, maybe. It's got like a big round ear with like a red trim around the ear. Yeah.
I was working so hard, I didn't pay attention.
Right. Yeah, my grandmother definitely had one. And those, yeah, you go to the store and you pay for those. Those aren't nearly as good as these.
I know, this is a brilliant.
Yeah. And I mean, again, it's very loud.
Yeah.
So I think one of the benefits, one of the benefits that I've found that a lot of people like about this phone is you can hear it. You can still converse normally on this phone. My grandfather doesn't really use the captions because he can actually hear the conversation, so he can converse like normal. Whereas I'm sure right now for some of you it's tough, right? You're asking folks to slow down. You're saying what? Because you can't hear them. You will be able to hear them on this phone. And it's so good that, and I tell folks this all the time, no human brain, because there is a little delay. It's like if you use closed caption on your television set, there's a little delay between what the character says and what the caption says, right? It's the same thing here. The human mind isn't capable of mine, yours, none of it. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. The human brain can't line up a delayed words with what is being said. It can't do both at the same time. So what I always tell folks is if you can hear when you're using the phone, just converse like a regular telephone, like you're having a conversation again. Don't worry about using the captions if you can hear them. And I think that's the most valuable part of this phone is you'll be able to hear the people you're talking to again. And it's good to have the words in case maybe you misheard something, but you'll be able to hear what people are saying to you again, and you'll be able to converse with them like you used to. This will solve that problem, I think. Yeah. Again, people who mumble or, talk very fast and think that if I just shout at you, you'll hear me. This will solve those problems. And again, as I say, it costs 30 minutes of your time for me to install it. And then other than that, it's there for you to use at your leisure. It's there for you to, it's there for you as a tool for your convenience. You can. We certainly encourage folks to give it a month. Just have it there, work it. Again, it's, I say it, I usually try to say it a dozen times. It really is just a telephone, right? So, if we put it in your kitchen and you're in your kitchen and the phone rings, you answer it like you'd answer any old phone. But in your case, where you have the other handsets, if you're in your bedroom, answer your bedroom phone still too, like you used to. But if you don't like it, we actually give you a return label to mail it back as our company warehouses in California. So it's easier for us if you decide ultimately you don't want it, ship it back, because I live in Plymouth. So it's cost prohibitive for me to drive all the way here to pick it up, to mail it. In all honesty, the thousands I've done, I think the only time I ever had one returned was a spouse. It was a husband and a wife, and he had passed, and she was going into a home, and the phone wasn't supported in the home. So folks who take it, keep it. They don't give it back because they enjoy it, and it helps them. They can talk to their kids again. They can talk to their grandkids again. I don't have kids. I don't have grandkids. No, that's the ad. Right.
Talking to their grandkids.
Yeah, exactly. And, and it's tough. I mean, again, my grandmother before she passed was very hard of hearing, and it would be tough to call her on the phone. I'd try to. I wish she had this because she would have been able to have heard. And as you all know, and again, my grandfather is still with us, and my mom, when you can't hear, it makes things very unenjoyable, right? Whether you're on the phone, if you're at a birthday party, wherever you are, not being able to hear is a very unenjoyable thing. And, I think studies show now that loss of hearing is a precursor to dementia because you're losing information and the ability to be around folks. So we really do, and it sounds kind of hokey and a little cheesy to say, but I think we really, as a company and myself personally, pride ourselves on helping people stay in their homes, stay independent, stay connected to their doctors, stay connected to their family, to their friends. And that keeps you mentally sharp. That keeps you physically sharp. It helps, everything down the road for you. So we're really proud of this product. I'm really proud of it. And we're proud of the program. And I think it's a nice example where the government's giving us something that's good, that everybody can agree is a good thing.
Where is your company's headquarters?
California. We're actually in the process of moving to Tennessee.
Oh, that's
But-
a smart idea.
Yeah, yes. I personally love California. I also do like Tennessee. I've been to both, luckily, but weather's always a little bit better in California. But yeah, and I mean, I was here at your fair before, back, what was that, October?
All the way from California,
Oh, no, I live in Plymouth.
you're local.
No, I'm local. I live in Plymouth. They ship me the big box of phones, and
I got it.
thankfully I still have property in my hometown of Rockland that I can store them in, so I store them there, and I hit the road, and I had 2 installations today in West Roxbury, and then I had this today. So, but yeah, I mean, I mostly cover. This is frankly the furthest I go is Wellesley. I'll go a little bit further, but Wellesley is generally it, and then everything's south. Tomorrow I'll have. Tomorrow I have 2 appointments in Taunton, 1 in Fall River, 1 in Lincoln, Rhode Island, and then my neighbor in Plymouth is actually getting one, so I'll pop in and see them in Plymouth. So it is Lava Ridge, so it's near Sacramento, northern. Yeah, not southern, thankfully. I love Southern California. Oh, it's my favorite. Oh, sure. No,
Much different.
Oh yeah. No, I love Southern Cal. I've been to, oh boy, I've probably been to Los Angeles 5 times. I was in San Diego last November. I've been to San Francisco. No, I do. I love California.
Laverne, I lived in.
Okay. Yeah. I never lived out there. I never pulled the trigger, but I say I never. I mean, still plenty of time to do it if I wanted, right? No, I think I'll stick around here for a little while. No. So that's really it for me. I know that they're recording this. I'm not sure if they're just going to cut it off, but if you'd like to come up, I can take your name and number if you're interested, and then I can give you a call later today or tomorrow. Again, I have slots open for Monday. I left them open for you folks, so that way I could come back up here, and I did have one already scheduled for Monday here in Wellesley anyway. So if you're in Wellesley, do you all live in Wellesley or neighboring towns? Okay. So again, it doesn't cost you anything. So what do you got to lose, right? Have them go to the website. Yes, well, there is no fee. So it emphasizes that. Make sure they call my cell phone though, it should be on the back there. Yep. Yeah, you can text me. Yep. Texting is always good too. Yeah, text them a copy. Feel free to take those. Take some pizza. And if you want to leave your name and phone number, what I can do is give you a call later when I get home. Or I can give you a call later when I get home or tomorrow, and we can schedule a time for Monday or some point next week, whatever works. But I do like to schedule them when I'm in this area, Right. Work smarter, not harder, right?
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.